Hey, it's TrueFlight. We're back. This time we're going to be taking a quick overview look at Mothership. If you want to see a more in-depth video, I did a full review. It's down on the links in the description below, so you can check that out if you want. Mothership's pretty much a fast, fun, 1 to 6 player skirmish game. You control these little fleets of ships. You're trying to protect your colony station and take out your opposing fleets, while taking these planets to get yourself some resources to unlock some cool abilities and things through the tech trees. The game's got a bunch of different ways you can play. From, like I said, there's a solo single player mode all the way up to 6 players. You can do a deathmatch. You can do team play, 2v2, 3v3. It also supports a victory point mode, which they're kind of off the bottom here, but keep track of your victory points. In the victory point mode, your ships respawn at the end of each turn. So the tactics and things are much different because you're basically much more aggressive in that. Whereas in the deathmatch style mode, what you get in your fleet is all there is, and when they're dead, they're gone. So lots of cool different ways to play, lots of variety there. A few little complaints, nothing major on the game though. The control panel boards and player boards are pretty thin. Like to see them made a little bit thicker in a future expansion. As well as the all the tokens that mark the various abilities and things that just sit on top of these, and they're very prone to sliding if the table gets nudged or the cards get bumped throughout the game. So hopefully they can make a thicker version of these, and he mentioned at one point making a acrylic boards as an add-on that had the holes cut in them for the different things, so you could put them right in there and they won't slide around. So, same thing goes with the technology trees. The tokens just sit on there. Again, they're prone to sliding. Not that big of a deal if you're careful, just something worth keeping in mind. Overall, the size of the ships is a little bit smaller than I expected from all the promo images and things. There are a ton of them. I think there's 42 ships plus the 8 planets in there. But they just keep in mind, if you've seen the pictures and things on the Kickstarter and other things, they are a little bit smaller than what you'd expect from seeing those. And just for a reference, so you can see what I'm talking about there. There's your colony station, your mothership, your fighter, and your bomber. You do get a lot of stuff in the base game here. The asteroid templates that came with the deluxe version have this mirrored finish on them, which are pretty cool. My only complaint about these is that they could have been cut just a hair smaller so that they could interlock with each other and give you more options on what to make. Hopefully that's something that can be addressed in the future printings as well. Another concern is that the card quality is a little thin. They could have done a linen upgrade, which I think was a Kickstarter stretch goal that didn't get reached. So they aren't quite as durable as I'd like. You can see there I've got some scratches and marks on mine already because I've been playing without sleeves. You can sleeve these. I highly recommend it. The only problem is the included tray, which is removable from the box that you can play out of, has trouble supporting the cards if they're sleeved. They barely fit in there, so that's something to keep in mind. And finally, we have our custom dice for the game. It's just a basic standard set of dice, but they have these cool digital numbers on them. And they look cool in the campaign as well as on camera here, but I find it sometimes it's really difficult to tell the difference between like the 2 there and, if I can find it, the 5. They're very similar, hard to tell the difference between, especially across the table and whatnot. So something to keep in mind. I'm going to swap mine out for just some standard dice and just keep these for my collection. Overall though, most of that's just cosmetic stuff. It doesn't actually affect the game at all. The game itself plays really nice. It's a lot of fun. We played a couple different variants now, and I like the different feel between the deathmatch mode and the victory point mode, as well as playing teams. The game does look really cool when it's on the table and all set up. People will stop by and ask you what you're playing and ask about the game, so that's kind of cool. And it has been a lot of fun to mess around with. The black box in the background there was actually from the original Kickstarter. The new ones and the one from the retail when it's available are going to be a little bit different, so keep that in mind too. Overall though, it's a really nice, fast, fun game. Great components, and looks really cool on the table. And that's going to about wrap it up for Mothership. This is available for a relaunch on Kickstarter right now, so check out the link in the description. And get your hands on a copy of the game, as well as any cool extras that might be added throughout this campaign. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.